items that I received when I got the collector edition of The Last of Us, the collector box. There was a bunch of little items which I think it would be good to go through. It would be interesting. It's relaxing, and if you like The Last of Us, then you might like this one. The first thing that I will show you is these stickers. Just before I open this, actually, the collector box comes with a massive statue of Ellie with a guitar, which I'll show you Druckmann. What would you do if someone you loved was the victim of a cruel and violent act? How easily could one's mind tip towards violent retribution? How far would you go to bring the people responsible to justice? If you were successful, how would it change you? Would you ever be the same? With The Last of Us Part 2, we set out to create an experience that explores these difficult questions, the darkest sides of human nature and the vicious cycles and violence that we witness in the world around us on a daily basis. The result is a game crafted by hundreds of developers that pushed themselves to create something more than mere entertainment, a game that we're incredibly proud of and that we hope will enthrall you and challenge your own views of justice and empathy. On behalf of everyone at Naughty Dog, we want to thank you for embarking on this journey with us. Neil Druckmann, director of The Last of Us Part 2. There is so much to say about this game. There is so much that can be said of people who like, who didn't like. Obviously, all the abuse the devs and actors receive for the game is absolutely unnecessary and stupid and vile. It is a game after all. And this is art. And if you don't like it, just pass on. There's no need for hate. If you don't like it, don't play it. I understand the passion of it, though, because it is a life-changing experience in my opinion. The game's always been something that I love to escape your daily routine of, you enter a world for a couple of hours and you just immerse yourself in another world and forget about your daily problems and things that are happening in your life and just come out of reality. And sometimes games like this come along and shake everything up, in my opinion. I've always played games and generally the story was never the center stage of the game. It's always been more the gameplay. You have fun, like I said, you escape, you just do something different. There's always been a bit of story, but the story was not the main purpose of the game. It was just to give it a bit of purpose, so you just don't shoot people or whatnot. This was exactly the opposite. The story is the backbone of what makes The Last of Us The Last of Us. And kudos to the writer for what they did. It's bold, it's courageous. It's not gonna please everyone, but that's the point. This is exactly the point. Because what they try to do here is make you think. Make you have an introspection of understanding. And the first game was more about the love of a father for his daughter, for his kid. Even though he's not biologically the dad, it's this whole thing. And it's beautiful. This one is more dark, but is, in my opinion, even more important. Just talking about this cycle of violence. And what they did with the game is, in my opinion, absolutely breathtaking. So yes, they did bold things like what they did with Joel. But it is necessary for telling this story the way they wanted to tell this story. It's only my opinion, I have to say. If you disagree with me, that's fine. I accept if you disagree with me. That's the whole point of this game. It's to make you think and make you discuss, and only the fact that so many people discussed it with so much passion just shows you what a great job they've done. So anyway, it is my favorite game, The Last of Us Part 2, because of how it impacted me want to do that. There's been other games which, very importantly, the story was like the Red Dead Redemption 2 was great story. But anyway, this shaped another whole situation. So that's the words of the director. I don't know why suddenly these words made me start to rumble too much, but I don't want this video to be too long. But the next one on the list is the artwork book. There's a small artwork book that came with it, so let's go through with it a bit. So on this cover we got Ellie, and I guess that is Dina, fighting a bunch of WLF, it seems like, because those are not scars or seraphites. But that's just artwork. Ellie and Dina again. The Last of Us Part 2, the Art of Last of Us Part 2. Wow, what a pretty picture. I mean, this arch here and the cracked way, it's been redone in the game very nicely. Then we got some credits, and then we got Ellie with some machete and knives. And here we got Dina, Ellie, Joe, and Tommy. So those are artworks that obviously are made way before the game is actually modeled inside their engine. So that's why the faces and everything is not like in the game, because those are artwork to visualize how this would be, and then as they go along they make alteration, decision, they hire face models, etc. I believe. This looks really nice. So this looks to me like a version of Abby with a dog. She's less puffier than Abby, but you see, this is what artworks are made to give an idea. Ellie. Then we got a bunch of iteration of Ellie. Different faces, different haircuts, different clothes. This jacket never made it to the game. These ones did. Then we got Dina. Different haircuts, long hair, short hair, ponytail, whatnot. To give an idea of how it would look like. And then we got here Jesse. So Ellie and Dina, the dogs. I believe that might be Alice. Alice the dog. We got Jesse, different haircuts. Jesse is one of my favorite characters. What a good soul he was. I'm saying in the past like he was a real person, but that's what this game does. This is Abby, more faithful to the face of the model. Different version of Abby. We got the Seraphites for the first time. You see, when she meets the Seraphites, Ellie and Dina here, and then the beauty shop there, when she's under the car to fight the Seraphites, and that's before she gets to the boat on day 3 to go to the aquarium. Underwater artwork, more flooded artwork when she goes on the boat. That looks like the stadium artwork. Outside of the stadium, when they come out with Abby, with like the railway and the market. Beautiful shot of an infected with the sun. And then we got some more artwork for the world. And that's the scene of that famous night. Some artwork of them dancing. And then that looks like Joel to me. Dancing as well. And the farm for the last part of the game, and Dina just sewing Ellie's wounds. And they're laughing together. So that's the artwork of The Last of Us Part 2. That came next to the words of the director Neil Druckmann. The other thing that came with the box is obviously the steelbook of Ellie on one side and Abby on the other. The Last of Us Part 2. And then we got inside the 2 CDs, one for data and one for playing. Beautiful artwork on here with the shine of the steelbook. So that's what came with the box. And as I was saying, the box came with a massive figure of Ellie playing guitar. It is too wide for me to show you entirely, but I will show you a bit of it. This is the figurine. That's Joel. And that's pretty much it for this video. So we got again the Steelbook